All right. Hey, thanks, Mark, for being here. Mark from Q5, a good friend of ours, a good partner at FlexPipe. Can you tell Morris a little bit more about Q5, what you guys do? And
yes, we're lean implementers in manufacturing. We're currently, our work's seen in about 17 different countries, where we go to our clients and again, try to implement lean techniques and teach them best manufacturing practices.
Okay.
We have specialized in the last few years in the corrugated packaging industry.
Right.
It's a very large industry that people really don't know. It's you know, but everything comes in a box.
Exactly.
So where does that all come from?
Yeah, especially with the e-com right now. I guess it's
exploded,
it's
especially
booming,
with COVID.
Right.
It's a big industry. They have a lot of issues with, you know, they want to produce more with less.
Right.
It's tough for them to get people, but there's a large demand. So how do they do that?
And we work together a lot because you guys like to implement what you call a CI workshop, a continuous improvement workshop, where, well, tell us a little bit more about the concept of CI workshop, first of all.
Okay, the CI workshop is, it's dedicated to process improvement.
Okay.
And so that is a commitment by the company to say, okay, yes, we are going to now commit to continuous improvement. We're striving to be better, or we're striving to be #1 in the industry, or a leader in this industry. For that really to happen, you need to have this space to work.
Right.
So the team is set up, they've got the right tools, they've got got all the materials, they've got the workspace, all the tools to be successful.
And usually there's what, 1, 2, who's handling that workshop and who's working in it? It's 1 or 2 person that are
we like
dedicated
at least,
to the CI workshop?
Well,
or?
we try to have a lead, someone that leads the group. We call them CIs for continuous improvement. We like to see at least 2, if not up to 4, because it's always nice to have a second set of hands when you're building structures and things of that nature. So 4 is a good number.
Okay. And now my main question, why I said, hey Mark, I think you're the right guy to ask a question that we get a lot is, okay, there's 1, 2 CI leader, manufacturing engineer, but in order to have a lean culture, we all know that we need the suggestion and the input from the worker on the shop floor.
Absolutely.
How do you get at that point? And I know it's a hard question. I know everyone is challenging by that, but how do you get when you guys leave as consultant and there's only the CI manager or the CI person? Like, I'm guessing they feel a little bit alone, and how do they get the suggestion from the people? What do you suggest, or what are the good practices you've seen?
Right, so yes, you're trying to change a culture.
Yes.
Right, and people don't like change. So that's always a tough one. So when we're training them the lean techniques, we're always touching on the human element. You know, how do you get these people engaged? Because that's where the real benefit is when you're getting feedback from the people. Because nobody knows that piece of equipment better than the operators themselves. And they know what it does well and what it doesn't do well and what they really need to improve it. So you really need their input. So how do you get that? When we go in, usually the culture is apprehensive. You know, who are these guys and all that, and they're going to stand back and they're going to watch. When they start really to come out of their shells, when they see the commitment by the company and that it's not going anywhere.
Right. It's not going to be a flavor of the month.
It's not the flavor of the month, right? That's what they're really looking out for. Yeah. They want to go, do I need to learn this, or in 2 months from now, they're going to forget about it. Right. Once they see that there's a commitment and it's not going anywhere, that's when they start coming out of their shell a little bit. Now, one of the ways we really try to get them engaged is we do this thing what we call an island of excellence.
Okay.
We will pick a process within the organization and take it to a really high level. That's our training program, so we're training the CIs at that time. People are starting to see, you know, how this all works, and when they're done, they can point to it. So now they can go to other areas of the plant, say, hey, come over here, check out this island of excellence. This is what we're trying to do.
Okay.
And now they can start seeing the benefits.
Right. Okay. So you bring that department or island of excellence to a certain level that is, I guess, very high because you want to mark your point. And I think you've told me it's nice that it's a visible area.
Yes.
So everyone sees it and everyone and they have the feeling where, okay, I'd like my environment to be like this, right?
Absolutely. We like to have it in a nice area or a high traffic area where people are seeing it.
Okay.
Because you're trying to sell it now to the organization. You want as many people to see it as possible.
Okay.
And see the benefits. And at the end of the day, that's what the people want is what's in it for me. If they can see that, it's like, wow, boy, that would make my life a lot easier if we did it that way.
Okay.
Now they're interested.
Some company gives money when they have suggestions. Some people have put in place a suggestion contest. Or have you ever experienced some of the recognition like this, or any program you would suggest? Or
yeah, it's what we've seen is just giving people recognition, that pat on the back.
Yeah.
Most places they're not very good at that, giving recognition, pat on the back to a person that's done well.
Okay.
So we put out like a Kaizen newsletter, highlighting the people that participated, kind of make them famous.
Did that work, or?
It does.
Oh yeah.
In the beginning, when you first start, people go, oh, I don't want my picture taken. But then a couple people will do it, and then all of a sudden, it's now, hey, what do I got to do to get my picture up there?
Okay.
So like if you have if you have a company newsletter or monitors that's showing what the latest is going on in the company,
right.
That's where you would love to post that.
Okay.
Cash. Sometimes we'll do maybe like a coffee coupon to Starbucks or something like that. Just rewarding the right behavior.
Right.
That. Oh, hey, really appreciate you stepping up. You worked with us all this week. Here's a little something.
And with your experience, is there a number of time or weeks before it really gets going, or is it a matter of?
It depends on the company.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's the culture. People will stop and just watch.
Just watch.
They'll watch, and again, like I said, they'll be apprehensive, but when they start seeing, it's like, ooh, okay, I kind of like what they're doing. I like that island of excellence. Oh, hey, they're giving some recognition to those people. Then they start to participate. That's what we love about FlexPipe is it's really easy to just try something. It's easy for somebody to come and say, hey, I have an idea, and we just go, let's try it. There's no real downside to it. So if we cut a pipe too short, no big deal. We use that in another structure. Now, if we had to weld those structures, we're gonna hold off. So, wow, that's gonna take some money, and if we don't do it right, we made a big mistake.
Right.
You really can't make a mistake with a flex pipe.
And usually with your CI workshop you have implemented, people can just go in and suggest, or do they have to fill paperwork? Do they have to go to their manager first, or what do you suggest if I would be like upper management trying to implement a workshop? We really stress our CI people to be out on the floor. Okay.
They're doing what we call gimbal walks. They're constantly out there. We want them to be out there because we've trained them to see the environment very different.
Yeah.
Right? We've taught them value versus non-value added work. We've taught them the 7 major forms of waste. So we want them to be looking for that all the time. And as they're out there, now they're face to face with the people on the floor. And those people then all of a sudden see them every day and get more comfortable with them, and then open up to them. Say, hey, I have this idea. Great. Just come to the workshop, let's give it a shot.
Okay. Right, and then you test it, you improve it, you change it, and that's the purpose of lean, I guess, right?
And that's also for them how they get engaged.
Right.
Now they're participating in improvements in their own department.
Hey, thanks, Mark.
Julian?
You're always welcome at FlexPipe, and give us some good advice, and I hope you have a good week with us.
Always.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.